Grand Rising, Soul Fam. It's my first time going live on TikTok. I never go live. It's been a really long time since I went live on Instagram. And I am going to be going into a prayer at 1. If anybody checked out the Birthright 3-day series during the Lionsgate, it was incredible. It was put on by Sister Shanti and her beloved, and today they are going to be doing an Isis prayer. I'm really excited to join it. And so I wanted to drop in the Tao Oracle today, just tuning into the energetics of the Tao, what's here right now, what's here to learn from. Right now we are in, hi there, we've got people joining, how exciting. This is my first time live on a TikTok. So I'm going to be reading the Tao Oracle, just tuning us into the energetics of what is here and meeting it with acceptance, with love. Right now, according to the Gene Keys, we're in Gene Key 4. This is the shadow of intolerance. This is the gift of understanding. And this is the city or the divine expression of forgiveness. And I wanted to share from the energetics of the programming partner. So if anybody knows the Gene Keys, when we have a Gene Key that's being activated in the collective, there's another one that's going off called the programming partner. And these provide, or these give us the template for this alchemical transmutation. So today I'm sharing a Tao Oracle of the programming partner, which is about revolution, which is about rebirth. And so in a shadow state, we might have a lot of reaction to what's going on in the world right now. There's a lot of apocalyptic dread out there. There's a lot of people that want to say that the world is coming to an end. And it's also an age-old story that everyone in every generation has been telling this story. And we're actually invited right now to tell a new story. And that is this new earth that's being birthed through us right now. So recognizing that this is a vibrational reality. And so this vibration is shifting. We're shifting into a higher plane of dimension. And so as we do that, we have the invitation to respond to life rather than react to life. React to life is the reactionaries. We've seen the reactionaries. We've seen the war. We've seen the people are triggered, hurt people. We've also seen that people that wake up other people. People that respond to life, have an embodiment of acceptance to what is, and then get to ripple out that emanation of that acceptance, which is this Christ consciousness that has been anthropomorphized through time and space in all these different ways. This path of Yeshua. Yeshua was this embodiment, like Bob Marley was this embodiment of forgiveness. This person that said, I've released my karma, I've released my egoic victim story. Life is not happening to me, life is happening for me, life is happening through me. And as I recognize this, as I awaken to this one divine truth, the inherent truth of our one divine nature, now I can accept what's here, recognizing that life is happening for me, through me, and when I accept it, now I tolerate it. Now that shadow of intolerance has been tolerated. So now the dimensions have actually changed. Now we're not in a low vibration. We've accepted the vibration. So in the acceptance, we've raised the vibration. This is what we're all doing collectively on the planet right now. We're collectively raising the vibration. And it happens with just coming into awareness of our breath. Just recognizing the power of our breath. The divine is our inspiration. Inspire, the Latin word for breath, means to become inspired, is to become breathed by the divine, lived through the cosmos. And so I'm going to share this oracle from the Tao Oracle, from Ma Deva Padma, a little bit about this genetic expression in ways that we may be feeling right now. So if you're feeling this, good job, you mastered the assignment. So this is about dropping into a moment of contemplation. This is about coming into empowerment through our breath And if it's in alignment for us to listen to this message, then you're here now, getting this message that you projected outside of you to learn from. If there's an activation, if there's a trigger that comes up, can you learn from that trigger? Because right now, the universe is giving you the opportunity to add awareness to that trigger. And by adding awareness, now we understand why it's here. We're not so zoomed into it. We can zoom out. We can understand multiple perspectives, which is to transcend this polarity experience by seeing more than a binary right and wrong. So here we go. The time of revolution is a time of breakthrough when often, in spite of our own desires, the old drops away and is replaced by the new. No snake ever resists shedding its skin, however uncomfortable that experience may be. But we humans have a tendency to resist transformative change by failing to appreciate it as renewing and essential quality of life. If wherever you turn, the outlook appears shrunken, dry, and limiting, it's probably because life is urgently trying to tell you something. It's obvious that you wouldn't consider walking in your shoes you wore as a child because the pain would be excruciating and drastically limit your movement. But on the more subtle psychological level, we all tend to overlook the warning signs when a change is overdue. Remembering the discomfort of those tight little shoes will enable you to gain some insight into the real choices that you are facing now. The most important choice is whether you go willingly with the strong transforming current that's active now, or whether you expend energy resisting and you go down kicking and screaming. Either way, there are going to be big changes. Revolution emphasizes taking a quantum leap, whether you think you're ready or not, and remaining bound to what you've outgrown will become increasingly difficult and restrictive until finally you're brought to a standstill because of it. Growth is not an easy process. It's risky and sometimes it's frightening, but with courage and fortitude, we become stronger, more supple, and hopefully more aware. Releasing your grip on whatever you're clinging to, whether it's an identity, a relationship, a place, or a thing, may seem impossible at first, but once you feel the truth of it, all the way to your bones, letting go becomes easier, and it even can be exhilarating. The taste of freedom will have you disengage from habitual behavior patterns that will stimulate new behaviors and new attitudes. What you once perceived to be a breakdown will begin to look like a breakthrough. In mythology, the process of inner revolution is represented by life, death, and rebirth of the phoenix, this magnificent bird that cyclically arises from the ashes of its previous self. Becoming attuned to the qualities of the phoenix means learning to live without guarantees and to appreciate the ebbing and flowing cycles of life. Although it might seem more like whitewater rafting than drifting lazy in your canoe right now, it's important to not get distracted and lose perspective. Drop worrying about how to get it right. What is needed is trust, and the surging current of change will take you where you really need to be. There's no point in attempting to predict outcomes because the scope of this revolution, is far greater than what can be seen at this time. Create as much space as possible in your life now to make room for the new. Become a witness to the mind's preoccupation with past and future, and consistently return to the present. What is happening is nothing less than a 180-degree turn, a quantum leap, a quantum koan. It is tremendously empowering as it firmly roots you into the here and now, and your life will take on an altogether different quality once the dust settles. So you're probably thinking like, well, how does that affect me? What do I do with this? All right, so there's 6 ways this may be affecting you right now. Maybe you relate with 1 or 2 or all of them. So here we go, bottom line. Inner and outer revolution expands our horizons by removing the blinkers that previously kept us on a certain track but are no longer appropriate. There is a time and a place for everything, and adjusting your eyes to the new perspective is the first step before proceeding. Line 2. Accepting greater responsibility for the choices you make now doesn't necessarily imply things will get more difficult. Conflict arises because the mind interprets change as threatening or bad. Rather than approaching the present circumstances with a feeling that it's like pulling teeth, think of it as a thorough spring cleaning. It'll be easy for you to find helpers, and the way is wide open. Line 3, believe it or not, you're gonna get through this. A certain amount of awkwardness and discomfort is inevitable during transformation of any kind. Living in a space that's under renovation always requires watchfulness and the understanding that chaos is part of the process. Attempting that at any moment you may need to make toast on the radiator or sleep in the closet will help you to keep the whole process moving forward. So as I said at the beginning of this, a lot of people want to talk about apocalyptic dread. I invite us to look at this as a rebirth right now. This is the beginning of something. And what's the energy that we want to infuse in the beginning of something? For me, it's love, it's courage, it's trust, it's pleasure, it's bliss, it's magic. It's recognizing that, wow, we get to be doulas of this new earth right now, and there's this beautiful life emerging through all of us. So let's be the most compassionate, forgiving, understanding embodiment of that pure love consciousness in all ways to everyone that we come in contact with. Recognizing that grace right now as a way shower is realizing that not everyone is a doula of the new earth. Some people haven't come into that awakened state of consciousness. So while the earth is creating life, if we were to hear a woman in labor in the hospital, but we weren't in the delivery room, down the hall, that could sound terrifying to someone. Someone could hear the screams of that new life emerging and thinking, oh my God, she's dying, life is coming to an end. Well, that's the propaganda that happens when we're not in the room. We're not experiencing the creation. We're just hearing the hearsay of the destruction, the apocalyptic dread. So this is really an invitation to be the duelist, to step inside the room and to infuse the beginning with love, with compassion, with empathy, with nurture, just like a mama just bringing a new life into the world. We'd want to do everything to take care of that baby and that mama. So line 4, it usually takes a mind a while to catch up to the reality of change. Initially, it'll fight it tooth and nail. Remember that supporting change is a totally different approach from just enduring it. And that bitching and moaning simply prolongs the discomfort. Staying flexible and working with, not against, whatever is happening will shed light on inner strengths that may have been previously dormant or underdeveloped. Line 5, this may be how we're feeling collectively. The shadow expression, we may have felt that in 1, 2, but we may feel this in line 5. You may be surprised to find that there is a broad support for changes you've been striving to implement for a long ass time. So don't suddenly become immobilized. It has been said, when the time is right, the road is wide, and your time has come. Line 6, top line, this is the transmutation that we get to take and do whatever feels most in alignment for us. Times of change can make us feel pretty shaky, and any offers of assistance can be tremendously supportive, not only in dealing with the external chaos, but internally on a psychological level. You've come a long way. Now give your full attention to stabilizing the new. It will need care and attention if it is to flourish. So, like I said, if we just brought new life into this earth, and if we're recognizing that all of us are bringing in new life, sometimes it's new ideas, it's new policies, it's new ways of doing things, it's new belief systems that were in alignment for us, sometimes it's new physical bodies, sometimes it's new trees in the earth, new things that we're planting in the soil, but all of us are these doulas of the new earth. So let's treat us like we're going through this process of creation rather than this apocalyptic dread that we're going through this ending and this cataclysmic loss. So that's the invitation this week. And I've got this beautiful Mighty Network on the, it's on the Mighty Networks. It's a community, it's a virtual temple, and it is called the Way of Namaste. And this is a template. This is a place for us to come together, for us to share ourselves, for us to come and awaken each other through our celebrations of magic and the ways that we are all embodying this Christ, Sophia, Gaia consciousness in our own ways. This is a community that has weekly calls. We have a weekly drop-in. We drop into the energetics through astrology and gene keys. We have a weekly Artist Way book club that we meet every Friday Friday, and we go through Julia Cameron's book, In Community. And we've also got really exciting things coming up on the horizon. We've got a very transformative retreat in the Bahamas coming up in November, and you can learn all about that on the Way of Namaste or at sundancesanctuary.com under Elevate Eleuthera. So I would love to extend the invitation to all of you, if you are feeling the call to be in a virtual temple surrounded with community, with people that are praying together, with people that are playing together. Your first month is free. And again, this is on the Mighty Networks. It's called The Way of Namaste. I am sharing every Monday a drop-in call for the community. This is a roundtable conversation. Every Tuesday, I drop in a tarot reading for us all. Every Wednesday, we're starting a podcast with conscious conversations. Every Thursday, dropping in a weekly prayer, tuning into the energetics through astrology. And every Friday, we're meeting with a book club, going through in community the artist's way, tapping into the inner artist, creator, creatrix within each and every one of us, and giving that more time to come out and authentically express and create. And so many more things. So I invite you to join us. All of you as welcome here. Thank you for taking this time to drop into a conscious moment. Let's just close with a breath together. Just sending love out to all the places in our body and all the places on the world that can use it the most. We're gonna take the biggest breath that we've taken all day, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna rinse out. Here we go. Let's take in the biggest breath you've taken all the way from the pelvic floor, from the base of the pelvic floor. You may picture the color red here. We're starting this fire, we're building this fire. Now you may be wanting to do a breath hold with me, and if you do, I invite the breath hold. I invite you to take this breath even further up now into your sacral chakra. The color here is orange. We've added to this fire, it's burning even brighter now. We're gonna take this energy, we're gonna move it up, we're gonna move it into our solar plexus. The color here is yellow. We feel this fire burning. It's getting brighter, it's getting bolder, it's getting more courageous. This inner lion within us is growing. Now we take this energy and we move it up to our heart. Here we add the emerald chakra of our heart. Our loving awareness is here. We add this love to this energy that now moves up, up, up. This energy now comes to our throat chakra. Maybe we clear here. If there's anything that needs clearing here, we invite in the color sapphire here. Here we feel this energy moving up, 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 up. It's gaining momentum here as we're cleaning all the way through our cycle. We're moving in the energy into our third eye. The color here is indigo. Maybe you feel all your meridian points now here as pinwheels moving, feeling all this energy moving up. We're gonna pull it all the way up into our crown. This crown now connecting to the crowns of all the other light beings in all the other spaces, time, dimensions. And now we pull this energy up, 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 all the way through. And now on the count of 3, we're gonna release 1, 2, 3. And feeling this clean, new energy here, sending y'all so much love and light. Namaste.